What I wanted to do, since I'm not a doctor, is I wanted to bring up some actual doctors who can share with you the truth about what is going on. So our first doctor I want to bring up, this doctor is the former top medical advisor for the governor of Texas for 7 consecutive years. So right away, whenever you share the truth, people want to discredit the source. So you could say, my friend who used to be a DJ, Clay Clark, he said this, and they go, boo! But if you tell them a former top medical advisor for the governor of Texas, Dr. Richard Bartlett, he's going to tell you about the effective treatments right now. So ladies and gentlemen, please stand to your feet and greet Dr. Richard Bartlett.
Thank you. So at the last General Flynn conference in Michigan, I got a group text asking me if I'd be the doctor in charge of a Regeneron monoclonal antibody infusion center in my hometown. And I said, sure. So 3 days later, on Monday, I'm there. We've helped over 1,200 people crawl in and they walk out. It's a 30-minute infusion. While they're sitting in the chair, these antibodies are going through their bloodstream, and it's a seek and destroy mission, and they bind to the virus and trigger your immune system to kill the virus right then. People, I've heard this over and over again. My headache for 5 days is gone while they're sitting in the chair. It's really boring. You sit in a chair for 30 minutes. And their chest pain goes away. Their back pain's gone. I had one old man, after the 30-minute infusion, I asked him, do you feel better? And he says, I don't know, let me check. And he stood up and he says, I don't feel like I'm going to pass out anymore. And then he did this. And he said, my arthritis is gone. And then I said, when I saw that, I said, can you do the 2-step? And he said, no, but I can do the Macarena. And so he and the nurse next to him, Danielle, started doing the Macarena right there. This works. Thank you, Governor DeSantis, for pushing the envelope. Let's give it up for Governor DeSantis. Early outpatient treatment works. We were told January 1, 2020, just wait for a vaccine from this notorious, it wasn't Dr. Seuss, it was another cartoon character with doctor in front of his name, and he pushed away from early outpatient treatment, and he suppressed it on purpose. He recruited an A-list actor, Matthew McConaughey, to interview him on the internet, and Matthew said, well, what about budesonide? Some people think that works against COVID, and Fauci said, well, in reality, Matthew, it's just a placebo. 6 months later, Oxford University did 2 randomized controlled trials, the STOIC trial, the principal trial, and they proved, they had to stop the studies early because there was overwhelming evidence that they concluded 90% of hospitalizations, ER visits, and even urgent care visits would be prevented with just budesonide against COVID. Was Fauci lying? Have you heard him print a retraction or give a retraction? What do we call that? What do we call him? Well, thank God for Governor DeSantis. And in Texas, our governor's copying DeSantis because that's the right thing to do. And so that monoclonal antibody infusion center, it's normally $1,200 a charge, is free in Texas for anybody that comes there. Through the Texas Division of Emergency Management, we've helped over 1,200. So there's no reason to be afraid, but early treatment is critical. It says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Don't stay at home and try to tough it out with Tylenol. That's what Fauci said to do. If he said that, you should run the other way from that, right? So get help, get treated. Nobody should even go in the hospital if they get budesonide, the right antibiotic to protect from bacterial pneumonia, aspirin, because 14% of people end up with clots, according to a study at the NIH. And an aspirin is a penny a week. That sounds like a good investment to protect you from a heart attack or stroke or a pulmonary embolus. So we have a way out of this, but the way out of it, there's a false hope that was given to us of a vaccine. And half the people that are coming in the infusion center are angry they're there because they've been vaccinated. But how about discrimination? I'm going to ask you if this is discrimination. Once we have something that's working, you got the president, you got Biden, I'm sorry about that. You got Biden saying, I'm going to cut the distribution to Texas and Florida by 50% because they live in Texas? Come on. Maybe it's not Colorado, but come on. And then, if that's not enough, now he's saying if you're vaccinated, you shouldn't get it. They're going to keep you from, he recommends you don't get it, and you got the governor of Tennessee saying he's going to follow Biden's lead. Discriminating against the vaccinated. That's what it looks like to me. Does that look that way to you? But there's a way out of this. It's early outpatient treatment. Rand Paul's a hero. Let's give it up for Rand Paul. Let's give it up for Senator Ron Johnson. We've got heroes still in leadership. Thank you, Clay.